Hey everybody, and welcome to another Joker's Wild Side review. I am Lovo,
I'm Jax.
and today we got a pretty special episode with season 2 coming around the corner of Invincible. You finally caught up and watched season 1.
Oh yeah, I did a entire night binge.
Oof.
That was a rough night.
Uh,
It was a fun night because I was watching Invincible, but
A rough night personally.
yeah,
Gotcha. I understand. We've talked about this. But I've watched it multiple times, so it's going to be a review on my part too. I want to see what you think about it. What is your thoughts about it so far, about this first season?
first of all, if you like gruesome, this is the show for you. It hits all the marks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got gunshot wound, everything.
Dismantling of body. Oh, so gruesome.
It's pretty freaking brutal. Like there's been very few things that I've seen that meets the brutality level.
Yeah.
I do want to first start off in saying I do recommend the show to anybody,
As do I.
unless you don't like blood, guts,
Gruesome stuff.
It doesn't really go into swearing.
Not too much. I think it drops a few, but it's not too bad.
Nah, and it doesn't go into like adult content.
Not too much either.
Yeah.
But there is a lot of gore.
Yeah, it's the one thing that gives it its rating.
Yes. Me too. I every time I get a chance to show it to someone new, have you seen this show? I show them a few of the very gruesome ones, and they're like, "Oh, what are you showing me this?" It could. Let's start off like this. Episode 1. You remember it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It starts off like any normal show, right?
It seemed more of like, everything's right in the world, and everything goes right for all the people who do good in the world. And then
it seemed like a very boring episode.
Yeah, it was just like, this is our perfect world. We live in this perfect world. Everybody gets exactly what they want, except for the bad guys.
And then
the after credit scene happens, and the show reveals itself. The good guys always don't win, and
I don't think they won a goddamn thing that day, for sure. We're not going to spoil anything really. We're just going about our thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
It gets very good, very interesting, and very gory.
It basically shows the staple of what the show's going to actually be about.
Mm-hmm.
And also kind of involve the lives of how it introduces a lot of main characters right off the bat and develops the universe. It develops the universe really well.
Yes.
Episode 2, it was a continuation
of where the first episode left off.
Yeah. And, I mean, obviously, it is a very episodic show.
Mm-hmm.
It isn't like your Family Guy where it hops from one subject to another.
Mm-hmm.
And
they're all pretty much connected. It's a story they're telling.
Yeah.
And as Invincible, the main character, is getting... This is part of the show, so it's not going to spoil much.
Develops his character. I mean, it's the...
Yes, exactly.
Superhero coming to power story.
Yes, exactly. As he's figuring out who he is, he's obviously do all these challenges. He wins some, he loses a lot, but overall it shows the challenges and the truth of actually being a hero. I don't remember if it was episode 2 or 3 where he sees an attack happening where he cannot save everybody.
I'm pretty sure it was end of episode 2.
I think so too, as well. But it just seems everybody wants to be a superhero with these hero moves coming around and everything. We all fantasize, what would it be to have these powers to be a superhero? There's a truth to it that you will see a lot of gory, gruesome stuff that you cannot...
You don't always walk away pretty from it.
Exactly. And you can see him trying to process this as he's growing into this character. So it shows a lot of dark sides, a lot of truth, a lot of people actually growing Actually, it does go over one adult scene now that I remember. One adult topic.
Oh yeah. I remember that one now.
I kind of forgotten about that too. But regardless, I think it's a great story coming along. Um, like I said, 2 thumbs up, 2 middle fingers up as well because this is so good.
Like this, man.
Exactly. Um, anything that you didn't like specifically? Because we can't just rave about everything. There's obviously
what I didn't like about the show. That's something difficult. How about you go first? I'll ponder on it.
Okay. I didn't like Invincible's girlfriend.
I did think that was a redundant feature, but it also shows the struggle of the superhero's life, trying to balance
Yes.
work, school,
And personal.
and personal.
Yes, no, but what I'm saying is I didn't like her fucking attitude.
She's a fourth wave feminist. I wouldn't think you would.
Yeah, no. The thing is, I also didn't like Invincible just immediately after the last episode. Just stuff happens, blah, blah, blah. Just open arms.
I was absolutely shipping Invincible and Adam Eve.
Yes.
It needed to happen. It still has chances to happen.
I read the comic book, so I'm not gonna say much about it.
There's a comic book?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so this is taken off the comic. I don't know if they're going like word for word or scene by scene. But I'm excited to see where it goes. But regardless, you're right. I see that more happening than with this girl. I don't even remember her name.
I just didn't think that it was a worth time investment. She doesn't bring anything to the table.
Nope.
And Adam Eve was so much more cuter, but I mean, everybody else, even in the entire universe, was like, "Oh my gosh, that's Adam Eve.
Yes.
That's Adam or Eve."
Yes, exactly. And it's just for a feminist, like you said, whatever you want to call it, that wants to be understood. She did not understand that situation that he was put in when all that crap went down.
Mm-hmm.
And she just blew up on him and said, "Fly away, fly boy," whatever.
I guess one thing that does irritate me is there was the entire timeline thing to where he had 6 months to tell her. And I don't know about you, but it's essentially asking somebody to marry you. It's asking somebody to keep your secret.
Yes, you're telling a dark secret no one should know.
And some people might be like that, where you can tell them a secret and they won't tell anybody in the world. But you cross them, now they're going to spill it to the whole world, and now your personal life is ruined. Because you never know how it's going to end.
Exactly. And it's a secret you cannot just take lightly. It's something very big, could cost a lot of lives, including your own family. And she just said, the way she reacted to it is like, it was just,
I already knew.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And, I mean, it does make sense why things played out the way they did.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, 6 months, it's like, and I'm going to get very on the end here. I'm on the opposite side of most people in this scenario. Going back to the marriage thing, you shouldn't marry somebody you just met and you've been dating for 6 months. That is ridiculous. You don't know how you're going to be living and reacting with that person constantly. So being able to trust them with something like that, you can draw lines together. She knew that he was a superhero, but what superhero?
Yeah. But like I said, that's really my only negative thing. It's that character.
Yep, and the reason why I talk about it so long and why it grinds me down to the bones is nothing else bothered me about the show.
I know.
There was
a near perfect show.
And we were talking together, and after I watched the first episode, I guessed the plot. I mean, I shotgun scattered several different ones, but my leading theory was what happened.
Close to it, yes. So we're not going to spoil it here. I mean, it's been out for a year, so I'm pretty sure a lot of people have seen it. I guess we can say it. Pretty much the Viltrumite they're trying to take over. Pretty much. It's kind of like Superman, or no, it's kind of like Saiyans from Dragon Ball. They're trying to take over. So I enjoyed it. I would recommend it to everybody. Unless, like you said, you can't take gore. I understand.
Yeah.
It's not for you. But love the show. I'm excited for season 2.
I am so ready for season 2. I really want it to drop all at once so I can just binge it. But Amazon, at least the few shows that I've watched, they've dropped a lot of shows episodically.
Or a few at a time. And then,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
we'll spitball here how we want to do the review or reaction towards the episodes or the season. But I think we should do something with episodically.
Episodically would be awesome.
Because this is such a great show. Any last comments on the show?
Go watch the show.
Yeah, big time. Go watch it. Let us know what you thought in the comments below. And if any other shows you want us to review or react to, let us know. This was Joker's Wild Sides review. I was Lobo.
I've been Jax.
See you next time.